All right, so today in class we talked about finding the slope given a different graph. So let's take a look at our first case. Sometimes we're given a line and the points are given, which are typically nice. So one of the techniques that we've learned how to do is create a slope triangle. So from one point to my next point, I'm going to create a triangle going up. And that's going to help me calculate the slope. Now remember, the slope is the change in y over the change in x. So that basically means I'm going to count how many steps up. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3 steps going up, and then count the number of steps going across. Don't forget, this counts as a step. So 1, 2 steps. So my slope, in this case, the change in y over the change in x, which is 3 over 2. So our slope for that line is 3 over 2. All right, the next one is sometimes they don't give us the points, so we have to find the points ourselves. So where you're going to look for the points are on where these corners cross each other. So if I kind of look, I'm going to look to see where I could find a nice clean corner cut, and that's where my line crosses the corner of the graph. This one looks like it crosses it, but it's a little bit off. It actually crosses it here, and then if I look down here, it's going to cross it again one more time here. So I can create my own points for my slope triangle. So again, I'm going to go ahead and just draw my triangle. I could draw this one, or I could draw a big giant one. It doesn't matter. It'll still reduce. So in this case, my slope, again, is the change in y over the change in x. I'm going to count my y spaces. So 1, 2, 3. Notice I'm going down 3, and then over 1, 2. So this is going to be negative 3 over 2. And sometimes I like to think about it. If I place a ball right here on the y-axis, this ball is going to roll up as I go to the right, which is why this is positive. If I place a ball here, this ball is going to roll down, which means my slope is going to be negative for this graph. All right, and finally we have two other special cases, and that's where if I have a line that just goes straight across. All right, if I place a ball right here, this ball is pretty much going to stay there. So because of that, remember, slope describes the steepness of the line. And if my line is flat, it has no steepness. So in this case, my slope is equal to 0. And you could also think about it, I can't go up, so that's going to be 0. And my going across for my triangle is infinitely long, right? So I have 0 over some number, which is 0. The other weird case is if I have a line going straight up and down. That one is where my slope is undefined. In other words, I think that just ran off the page, so I'm going to go and just slide it over a little bit. Is undefined, meaning that we don't have a slope that's a measurable slope there. And if I kind of again think about it with my ball, I can't place the ball there. It's not possible. Hence again, this idea of it being undefined.